Kanye West called. He wants his band back. We have to stop this thing in the beginning. It's causing flutters all over the world. People are incensed. Before we start the show, things I have to discuss. Serious issue. Recently, because of all the work that's going on in the building, etc., they've now allowed us to do stuff in the house, etc., but which we have to pay for to finish all off in one go. So painting has started in one room. The cost of painting, people won't believe, is in thousands, if not lakhs, for small rooms. I mean, I couldn't believe it. And all they do is come with those big rollers or whatever, and they just, hit the wall. So I spoke to my wife. I decided we're not paying painters. I will paint. It can't be so difficult. It just cannot be that difficult. It looks really stupid. You need a box of paint or 2 boxes of bowls of paint. You need a roller and you need a brush. And you need just to spend some time doing it. How bad can my painting be? Not very good in school, but that's a different kind of painting. So I've decided, and I'll be in touch, and I'll tell you what's going on. I'll show you photographic evidence of me painting the room, and we will not hire this ridiculous cost to company. What a waste and what an exploitation. Someone should take this up. Right now we are in the throes of pandemic part 3, so I won't get into it too much. But when we have less things to deal with, painters have to go. They're a waste of time.
You're the people pleaser, right? Or then desperately seeking the one? Oh wait, you're the one who doesn't think they're ever good enough. So much drama. And for what? Is it doing you any good? Listen to me. I'm Chetna, your favorite positive action coach. Yes, I'm the one who has been dropping all those truth bombs on every episode. Oh no. And it's time you learn to say no to drama. That's also what my podcast is called. And a new episode is out every Monday and Wednesday on the IVM Podcast app, website, as well as all major podcasting platforms.
Having said that, here's more people who are a waste of time. These are 3 wise men who join us on the show Cock and Bull. Amit Doshi was hit by, pains me to say, he was hit by work. So he couldn't make it. Too much work piled up, and so he couldn't make it. But quickly and last minute, with the help of a little money and influence, we were able to get Navin, who will now appear looking happy as usual, full of beans, and Abbas, who can be more animated than Abbas. I mean, really? Why do we bother with the visual medium for this show? I don't know. And Silverie, of course, our producer, who's waving to an imaginary audience. He's saluting some people who aren't there. I don't know why.
Correct. To all our salam, to all our listeners and watchers.
The positive vibe.
Cyrus, I should say, I've always wondered this. Why is the price of paint so high, right?
I'm not joking about this. It's ridiculous. The room is so small. It's like 2 canvases or 3 canvases and you're done. And these guys come and they give estimate and all, like, what, you're not building Taj Mahal? You're taking one color and smacking it on the wall. You moron. There's no art involved in this. It's really irritating. I was very upset about this. And then, of course, nobody's listening to me and they think I'm an idiot. But I'm not an idiot. I'm telling you, if you look at the West and other countries around the world, many people paint their own houses and all that.
There's a scene always in Hollywood where there'll be a montage where there's people happily in dungarees painting each other's houses.
That's how they fall in love.
Throwing paint on the wall.
That's the Bollywood holy sequence. Abbas, you got the wrong film. Yeah. But I'm telling you, listen, guys.
What color are you painting your walls now, Cyrus?
That she'll decide. I'm not a house proud guy. I don't give a flying fuck. I just want the AC on, to be honest. Which I'll come to because apparently some of you are feeling cold. I can see someone dressed like Loch Walesa in Poland. What is it?
We're looking like this.
Yeah. Just look at it.
I live on the 15th floor, Cyrus. So I just have a hoodie.
By the way, it actually looks like Naveen, Abbas and I are in the same house going by the wall color, I should say.
If I cover my face, it's an optical illusion.
I'm sorry. I'm still recovering from what Naveen's wearing because I do play chess, but I haven't actually done that on a human being. So it's going to take some time.
It's very triggering for some comedians in the scene right now.
Naveen, it's your move.
All right. I'm the queen. I'm the queen right here.
Okay, listen. Stop those bad jokes because we want to not to alienate anybody in our culture.
No bad jokes. Somebody when I came on the Cock and Bull last time, somebody commented that this Naveen fellow is so unfunny. Thank God Antariksh took over, and I'm glad because eventually I'm admitting that I became an unfunny fuck comic who had to go for a comedy career, and Antariksh got the job. So I'm really happy.
You're the Norm Macdonald of IVM podcasts.
Yeah. And you'll have the same rebirth.
I'm not bitter at all. I'm not.
That makes us Saturday Night Live, by the way, guys. Ooh wee, Abbas, we're on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah,
at least in his imagination. But I want to just drop it out there.
The intro music of Cyrus also sounds like a Saturday Night ripoff Saturday
I'm
night.
just trying to think. This can't be Amit's sensibilities. It can't be Silverie's sensibilities. It can't be my sensibilities. So who came up with this music? That's what I want to know. I mean, how do people? I mean, it's like you work in a factory. Naveen, you did it. Is
So
it
yeah,
you?
I did it. So way
It's
back,
never you.
the earlier, the 150.
I remember
episode of
the
Cyrus
earlier, the
Says-
fucking fusion. That thing used to.
Oh.
Yeah, it was horrible.
But
Okay.
that was done on purpose. It was like a reverse sort of meaning thingy. That was fine.
It was.
This actually
was
is
not
like
fun.
trying to keep people in a good mood or something.
Okay,
This is
people who
horrible.
are watching this live, comment right now. If you've heard Cyrus from episode 1, was it now better or was it better before? Tell us in the comments.
Better before. I'm
Because
telling
I
you,
believe
ask them.
This is very good. I like it.
Before was like 700 episodes ago, Cyrus. Nobody even
Every
Yeah.
single one of the before,
no.
any musical instrument, a guy clapping, everything was better than this terrible opening
Yeah.
music, this overture
Better.
of pain.
Yeah.
For me, it's
You
like
remember you
nice.
used to do that intro. Your grandmother is 80 years old. Why is she around? Something along those lines. We got rid of that packaging and we got a bunch of emails saying,
So
I think
yeah.
I think
So
that
somebody
I
said-
can't remember this intro, but I loved it then and now also. Yeah, it was like a Karan Johar. People have spoken.
It was like-
It's a democracy, and we can't argue with the people.
Better now. Better before. Oh, fuck, this
It's
is
split in the
now it's
middle.
better.
Wow.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Now,
Oh my God! Oh, that's unbelievable. You know, who think there was COVID in the world? I mean, these guys are like the music of this shitty podcast from before. Let's compare that with now. Oh man,
It
that's
matters. It
horrible.
matters. It's a very immersive experience when people listen on the listening end. For them, like from the intro track to what you're saying to the closing packaging to Amit's voice in the
Listen,
middle, all of it matters.
I'm sorry. I just keep moving my pawn when I see you. Like, I can't take. Damn, outfit is dazzling me.
moving your what now?
What
my
you're moving?
pawn
Yeah.
on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Okay.
like
It'll
a
take 5 minutes now over that. You
Sipahi,
might as well.
Sipahi.
It's an infantile show, and without Amit, it's fully infantile. He brings some gravitas to it. That's why we keep him there.
Yeah,
He suddenly becomes.
yeah.
You know how Amit suddenly becomes serious? Me and Silverie are tinkering around like children, and then suddenly he goes
Yeah.
into a lecture, and then we all keep quiet for 5 minutes. Yeah, we're going to miss that. Naveen, will you do that?
No, I won't.
The voice of reason to give sensibility and sense to it. No?
No, if you say something very outlandish, Cyrus, I have to be the voice of reason. But otherwise, pretty on the limits, I would say.
What are your pet peeves?
My pet peeves are people who do not take out trash properly.
You
Like,
live in Bombay, nobody takes out trash. You just throw it out of the window. What are you talking
yeah, that's why I'm
about?
always peeved. That's why I'm always peeved in Bombay. I move around walking angry at everything because people are just like, यहाँ पे चिक्की खाया थैली फेंक दिया, you know, like केला खाया trash फेंक
In
दिया.
Malwa Hill, if we open the window, we wear helmets because it's just a fact of matter. You just throw it out. That's it. You have a roti on your shoulder every.
I literally took out trash when I came back to my building, and somebody threw an entire like a box of fried rice fell down. I don't think it was purposeful, but it fell down right in front of me, like a full nice box of fried rice.
1 minute. Now
Okay,
you
yeah.
you started something here. When you say not purposeful means as in somebody accidentally dropped fried rice from their window.
Might have, like somebody might have been eating in their window and must have tipped over.
I mean, how
something
much of a
from
hurry
their
was he?
window.
Either he misses his mouth, out of the window, boom, fried rice.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know how it happened, but it came splattering down 10 floors, I'm pretty sure. And it was just like patak in front of me. And I was like, it looks like it was a whole nice box of fried rice. Now it's wasted. But I'm also glad I was not under it because it would have been very oily and greasy. So yeah.
It's not the worst thing that you could get hit by. I was hit by shit once under the
Really?
Princess Street flyover. Somebody threw SHIT. We were walking and it fell all over my back. You
Like
just won't come
human?
out well, I didn't do a DNA test sample thingy because we just ran home and got it clean. I mean, who actually does that? Brocha, wait! Let's find the perpetrator. Let's discover whose potty this is. Get to the bottom. No pun intended.
In Saturdays, we had this march drills period in the mornings where we used to go and do the march past and everything with the band and everything. So we had to wear white, right? So one morning I go in full white and my mom's buying milk while leaving me at the bus stop. And at the cow shop, there's a cow which is fully like taking a shit, okay? And while she's taking a shit, she's spinning her tail around like a fucking helicopter for no reason.
They do that, yes.
And she splatters me with her dung as she's like live, like fresh, warm, moist poo all over me on Saturday morning.
Tends to be semi-digested when it's cow poo. And I come from Yogi Adityanath state, so I know my cow. And so the problem with that is the semi-digested cow poo is it's both watery and solid at the same time.
Yeah,
you get it
village
fresh.
cow
The
is
worst
nice.
combo.
Village cow is very like very earthy smelling. You like to like
And that will be a little
Yeah.
deeper and harder and
Yeah.
more solid. What has this
Yeah.
show come down to? It deserves the music it got in the
Yeah, wow.
beginning. I've heard that.
Do you guys know in Scotland, in Edinburgh, in Scotland, they used to throw poop out of their windows literally till medieval times. There used to be a shout going on in the evening, "Okay, poop
As an option.
coming" or something like that. No, that's the way they used to dispose their poop. Just onto the
Wow.
streets, just throw it out of your window.
And they're calling us third world country. We gave
Dude.
them that old drainage system back
Dude.
in 2,500 years before, which we don't use now.
They'd poop in buckets and just pour the bucket down the window. That's basically what
You all
they
know
did.
Burj Khalifa has no sanitation
So if
system.
you're a
What?
no, but Naveen, one sec. This is very, very scary. If you're a tourist
Yeah.
in Scotland and you're not aware of this
Correct.
time,
So they would shout in the
this-
evening.
hey, darling, let's go for a walk. Oh boy,
You
that's
go for the
horrible.
comedy festival now, it still happens. This is
Yeah.
if you're from India, it was shit at you. But no, I heard this about the Burj Khalifa, which kind of blew my mind. That because they tried to build the tallest building, they kind of did not build a pipeline for the poop to come down. So they have lorries come and unload like a plane. They store the poop, like biofreeze it, and then they have to kind of take it
I
out.
love the
Yeah.
Burj Khalifa. I will stay there happily. How dare you say anything about these
Why?
places where we may tend to get free stays?
I'm not saying
Never
anything
say that.
against it. It's just like a design flaw that
Now,
happens. to be.
Sherwani Guest House in Delhi. Now that you can tear apart because that was a horrible experience for me with the broken windows and the curtains which were multicolored. When you have three colors in one curtain, you know you're in the wrong place. Sorry, Naveen.
It's called Sherwani.
Yeah, it's called Sherwani.
Yeah, you go to Manyavar, you get better stuff.
Named a hotel after a piece of clothing. So that wasn't much of a brainstorming session there.
Brother, let me tell you, the only difference between Sherwani and Taj Mahal was the price. It was very similar. Everything was
Right.
exactly the same. Especially when you call room service and it only keeps ringing. It's a beautiful experiences. You just call, ting, 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 because it says call room service, but they never tell you that anything's going to happen. So they haven't lied either. Yeah.
There's a phone, so yeah, dial 9 for diversity.
It's terrible. It's like business class and economy. If you go from one to another because you're not paying your own bills, so you're the client or whoever else is paying, you feel terrible about your life. 2 days you're on business, next day you're on economy, and the whole
Yeah,
treatment
yeah.
is different. And it's nothing
Exactly.
to do with you technically.
Yeah,
Horrible.
yeah. Like I was
Artists.
in Chennai once, and like a client flew me down to Chennai to perform for their company. This was BNY Mellon, and like
You giving them a
we are
plug?
best in.
You took out
Yeah,
Burj Khalifa,
shout out.
which
He wants more
Khalifa,
business.
which
I mean,
means
like, if corporates give me jobs, I'm always glad for it. So I'm gonna be like, hey,
superb
you're
guy.
gonna
What a
shout out on
marketing
Cyrus Says.
genius. He gave a
Yeah,
lovely
I'm
plug.
learning. I'm learning. So they flew me down to Chennai, and so I was doing the show for them on Saturday, and Sunday I'm doing my solo show at a club, right? So Saturday I'm staying in Weston. Sunday morning I check out and live at a comics friend's house.
Yeah, I've done that
for the
also.
Sunday.
That's horrible. Sir, can you get your bag? All that. And a few minutes later, Arey boss, ruko.
And I remember very clearly because I was done with the corporate show and there was a driver dropping me back to the hotel. But halfway to the thing, Xi Jinping had come down to Chennai.
11 Jinping, huh?
Yeah,
He was
11
also
Jinping,
doing his
and-
solo show.
Yeah, he was doing a dual act with the PM. He was
trying to buy the West End. Yeah.
Yeah, so they were touring the roads of Chennai and they blocked like miles and miles of roads for like kilometers. Okay, so I was just stranded in Chennai, which then I had to walk from my drop-off point to 1.5 hours back to my hotel. And I enter Westin where everybody's like nicely bougie, like 5-star hotel vibes, and I'm just like sweaty, drenched, like still my Westin tag is still here. It's crazy. So like there are good days, bad days with that experience. What I'm saying.
There's a lesson here for aspiring comedians and artists. Be very careful. Can't take it seriously. It's terrible, this life. It's horrible. One day they
Yeah.
put you in business class in a 5-star. Next day you're in Sherwani. Jinping ignores you. I mean, head of state
Yeah.
of our closest neighbor. I mean, how dare he? Well, not technically. Should we start with the boys? Don't know. We haven't done too many with them.
Yes.
The word of the
correct.
day.
The word of
Wow.
Naveen, how was your? Let's get a preamble to this. Naveen, how were you in school? If you go back in time in the early primary school years, were you good in English?
I used to participate in fancy dress, singing competition,
show off.
elocution. Listen, and quiz contest. And I only used to win quiz contests because I always
I
win
didn't say
something.
were you gay in English. I just said you good
Hey
in
man,
English.
even I participate in all those things.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Okay, this show is
I'm just
Abbas,
now I
like,
find
this
out.
show is not for me and you. Let's keep moving. So you were good. You were good in English.
no, but yeah, only quiz contest and elocution I used to win. Otherwise, I used to suck. Yeah.
So elocution is the cousin of what we are doing in a way, and quiz
Yeah.
contest also, because you have to have that irritating pettiness to know all these words and all that.
Yeah,
Abbas, what
yeah.
about you?
Spelling bees? Did anyone here do any spelling bees?
We didn't
No.
have.
I
any.
never did.
You didn't go to such fancy schools.
Yeah.
No, but
Only bees
okay.
in our
Okay,
school were like honeybees
Okay,
who used to enter
Yeah.
the classroom.
In the tougher schools, if you learned how to spell, you get beaten up. You have to be careful.
Yeah.
Abbas,
But yeah, pretty much the same as Naveen. Elocution, debates, all of that stuff.
no,
Yeah.
no, he
Speech.
also mentioned fancy dress. Now we have to stop and ask
Fancy
you.
dress
What
I
you going to-
couldn't do.
Fancy dress I did. I did. Yeah. I actually won fancy dress one year. Not even
What
kidding.
were you dressed as? What
Yeah,
was the dress?
I was like a plant, and I did I recited a poem about being a tree
Sorry,
or
Naveen.
something.
It just keeps getting worse with every sentence you say.
Now they lower the standards.
Sapling.
It is what it
Sapling.
is. I can't help it.
You were a plant.
But why poem,
Going like
Antariksh? Like
sunflower
plants
and
aren't
you open up
supposed
like
to.
this. Yeah.
Oh, so it was. I don't know. It was. I forgot what exactly. I think it was a mix of fancy dress and recitation,
Oh,
poem recitation or
it's a
something.
mixed bag
Or
open mic,
whatever
yeah.
it was.
Why would you want to be a
I mean,
plant?
You can't just. You
Some
can't
teacher
just
played
do
a very
fancy
cruel
dress.
joke on you guys.
You can't just wear fancy dress and do nothing. No, you have to do something. Some people must have
Yeah.
danced or something. I did a poem.
When the act is over,
I'm the winner here, man. What are you
when the
talking
act
about?
is over, you'll get slaughtered by the guys. I mean,
That's
you
why
were
I'm
the plant.
asking you. You do the thing that the character embodies, right? Plants aren't you known to recite
Oh, like
poetry.
that.
So I'm like, why?
No, that's
Wow,
not.
man.
Uh,
I'm thinking they'd get the dog to pee on you and stuff like that because you're the plant. I mean, the whole life will
yeah.
be terrible.
Well, what
after
if was the one kid was a dog and he actually peed on me? It would have been sad and funny.
There you go. Naveen, please help me. Silverie's had an
I have
atrocious
no
childhood and no one is
words.
bringing it up. It's time for us
Yeah.
to look at the elephant in the room
I-
here in the eye.
I'd like to point out though the guy who won the fancy dress competition in our school dressed up as Lalu Prasad Yadav.
But that's not
Nice.
exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
That's like celebrity. You're dressing up like a famous person.
You could dress up as whatever. So there were a lot of Tulsis, there were a lot of
God.
politicians
Wait,
and
from
Lalu
क्योंकि
Prasad
सासनी
Yadav.
कभी बहू थी. All
Of
those
course,
And they are
yeah.
men,
Not the
huh?
plant.
Men
Just
Oh,
get
wow.
your head out of the
Okay.
plants.
Men dress as Smriti Irani. I mean, this
I have
this-
Not
Not
men,
plants.
women dressed.
Oh, okay, cool.
men dress as Smriti Irani in what's it called? Saas Bhi Kabhi Bahu Thi.
Yeah.
This is
Kabhi Kushi Kabhi Saas.
Suddenly Naveen is looking like
Kabhi
the
saas
most
bhi-
sensible,
kabhi
and
bahu
he's had the best childhood out of all four of us. Yeah.
No, I did go as Tarzan once. I'll tell you that much. And
Oh.
I
No,
went
no,
to my neighbor's building and I collected all
You
the
have a
plants
picture?
from that. I don't have
Do you have a
no.
picture?
No, we were.
So
we
what
were
were
not
you wearing?
picture taking.
You wore plants around your groin.
I took banana leaves and made a skirt out of it, and then wore the skirt like around my waist. And then
And
there
no,
was
no
a
chaddi.
But yeah, there was an
I was
underwear.
no
underneath, I'm
chaddi
sure.
inside, of course.
Yeah.
Huh.
And then,
So
but the
chaddi
chaddi
that-
was there in the bus it tore actually. So there was like a
What
slit
tore?
in the middle. Yeah, on the bus it tore.
Your banana.
So you were a mix between Mowgli and Tarzan. Chaddi पहन के
Yeah.
फूल खिलाया.
He's a desi Tarzan. I get your point, Silvery. He had to go desi.
Yeah,
Come
correct.
on, fair enough. Our
I
country.
was Tarzan,
Daru-
Tarzan from every porno, where like he's experimenting, So yeah, but like I had a horrible stage fright though. I could not say things when I was younger. They even tried, like when I was in second grade. I remember there was this one song. Remember Cyrus? Pontius Pilate, King of the Jews.
King of the Jews.
That song everybody used to sing, and like I'm singing and no voice is coming out of my mouth. Okay, my teachers like try just like
What are
say
you
something.
saying?
Yeah, and I had like a horrible stage fright. I couldn't say things as a child. So yeah, today it's like touch wood. We've come a long
Hey,
way.
listen, you never mentioned this story to us. You're a
I know.
performer by
Because
nature.
even when
And
you
you could,
interviewed me, Cyrus, I couldn't talk, so I did not get to say a lot of things. But here we are, 3 years hence.
it's the same reason I didn't get into adult entertainment and porn because I couldn't perform. Exactly the same reason.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I continue with that problem, and you, on the other hand, have. So you overcompensated. I like this, the psychology of this. This is very interesting. You sort of
Yeah.
overcompensated and became a performer from being a
Yeah.
non-performer, like the worst guy
Yeah.
in the class on stage, and then you became the only guy
Yeah.
who took it forward and became a professional.
Now I can't
Scary
shut my
stuff,
mouth. Yeah.
bro.
It's
You really
crazy.
can't. And somehow Tarzan is to blame. Freaking
Exactly.
hell.
Yeah, because
Those banana leaves, I hate them so much.
Tarzan, there was
Yeah.
no words. It was only, and that was easy. It was easy.
No. You're doing Altaf Raja playing Tarzan. Let's get real Tarzan here. Come on. It's not a Kawali
Yeah.
expert.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready for the words? It's 6:20.
Yes,
You're
please.
not
Yes,
really letting
please.
me get to the
Yeah,
words.
yeah.
At some point.
By the way,
yeah.
Amit Doshi has the record. He's been pretty good. Like, he gets 2 out of
Yeah.
10 right. Silvery by mistake got 2 right, which we've never been able to explain. I don't
Is
know.
this like Wordle but on Cyrus Says?
No, these are real words. So we do this thing on Monday where we basically, because I'm very learned and I want to keep a scholastic aptitude to this entire show.
And he uses the internet.
And I use the internet, and with this very finger, I create magic, ladies and gentlemen.
One
Alone.
finger is all it takes.
Whatever that means, yes.
So-
Okay, are you ready for the first word? Let me
Yeah.
pronounce it properly.
What is the game? I didn't get
You
it.
you have to You have
Are you
to
dumb?
figure out the meaning of the word.
Dressed
See if
up
you
as
know the
Lalu
meaning
Prasad
or
Yadav,
guess
and after
the
that it's
meaning.
downhill. What's going
I
on?
wasn't dressed as Alu Prasad. Someone else was.
You were Mulayam, the next state.
Soft.
What did you dress up as,
No,
Abbas?
with the current hairstyle, I could be the current chief minister of Uttar Pradesh.
Actually, you just have to get on.
Someone has said you could be Gandhi. Abbas.
You should become Aparna Yadav and just keep running across the stage.
Who's
Yeah.
Aparna Yadav?
So, yeah.
Okay,
Guys,
whoever
don't
she
follow
is.
UP politics.
Yeah.
Aparna Yadav is
Is she the
Mulayam's
one who-
daughter-in-law who defected to
Who's now joined
BJP.
the BJP? Haan, okay,
Yes,
cool.
as a
Got
gossip
it.
lover, you should know this. What's wrong with you people? I'm going to
Start.
Castle. I'm going to Castle now because he's not moving any of his pieces. Sorry, I got distracted again. Ready?
Oh shit. Okay, cool.
Okay, the spelling first, so you can see it, because I understand that visual thing is important. Otherwise, you can't. I'm saying all the wrong things. So LOR, Silverie, if you can text it, LORG
Yeah.
NETTE, LORGNETTE. Okay, now I'll just pronounce it the way it's written. Phonetically, supposed to be lorgnette. Okay, lor. So the G is sort of silent, and niet as in Russian niet, like that. So lorgnette, and it's a noun. But you can see the spelling, and
Yeah.
I don't know if the spelling helps or hinders. But ladies and gentlemen, three of the great minds here. One is a plant, one is Tarzan with his banana, and the other guy can't remember which political party he belonged to. So let's see.
Lorgnette.
So it's lorgnette.
Man, again, I've never even heard of this word.
Sir जी,
I-
अभी phonetics में hyphen भी लगा दिया तो
Okay, can I ask Cyrus?
You could have started with a simpler word, I feel.
Cyrus, did you
Huh?
know the meaning of this word beforehand, or did you have to also just look for a random word?
the words I knew beforehand we've exhausted. Trust
Okay.
me, we've been doing this for some time now.
With Cyrus, did you say there's a hyphen in between?
So in the so they give you the option in brackets for pronunciation.
Right,
In
right.
that they
Yeah.
put it. I don't know if that helps. So it's like two syllables, then it becomes like lorgnette.
Oh, okay.
No, I have no idea. I give up.
I'm just gonna take a wild guess.
No, I'll give you a hint if it's zero.
Yeah.
If it's zero,
Give us a
Yeah.
then
hint.
we have to give you a hint.
Or use it in a
Okay.
sentence. please.
Two of you people. No, I can't use a sentence. It's too tough for me. But two of you people, sort of vaguely, it's there out of the three of you.
Two of us.
Bearded
Yeah.
is something to do with a beard. No, two. Okay.
With
Okay, so
three-
you're in the
three
right
people.
area. You're in the right area, but not really.
Okay, we
But
have
this is wrong.
Okay.
Beard is wrong.
Okay.
no balls.
Facial hair of a
Chest
lord.
hair.
Like when you're a
Huh?
lord, like a high society member, like a lord, when people have to be like.
तेरा
"My
reference क्यों
lordship."
दे रहा हूँ मैं? तेरा reference
That
क्यों दूंगा
person's
मैं?
Chest hair.
What do you think of yourself? Chest hair. Okay. I'll just get away from hair. And I'm saying two of these. Okay, there are three of y'all. For two, it's common. For the third, it's not common. So now
Spectacles.
beard, you all three have. So that's gone.
Spectacles.
Chest hair, you all three have. That's gone.
Is-
Huh?
Spectacles.
Uh-huh.
Spectacles.
Testicles. Who said testicles?
Spectacles.
Which one doesn't have? Which one doesn't have? Can you put your hand up, please? Oh God. Okay, it is spectacles, but it's not
Okay.
So spectacles is 80% of what that noun is, because it's. I might as well tell you, you'll never get it. It's a pair of spectacles mounted on a long handle. So I was looking at Silverie's nose and hoping it would make sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jaideep Sagar says minority without testicles. He's not interested in lorgnette. Would you like to try and use it in a sentence, ladies and gentlemen?
Oh man, sorry.
Oh, so Abraham Lincoln was staring to the lorgnette and he got shot.
Was he really?
But no, he was just.
Mounted on a long handle. Yeah. I think he's right.
Sentence.
He was looking to the binocs, right?
Yeah.
Was it?
So in a sense, maybe he's right.
From that balcony, they have to look like something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the specs are mounted on something with a long handle. No, I don't have a
Yeah.
reference. Imagine this is a long handle
Ah.
and the specs are on it. Okay, guys, this is the
Oh,
best
okay,
I can
cool.
do. That's
Arey,
not-
in
that's-
Lagan, the Elizabeth watches from
that Lagan is a big hoax of a film.
whatever
Yeah.
it is. It has a lorgnette in it.
No one had an Abdi guard. Not one Abdi guard in Lagan, and that's wrong. You cannot play cricket without an Abdi guard. It's a
Yeah, that too
fundamental
with
rule of life.
dhotis.
Then can you imagine?
Doubling the risk.
Then, of course, now that you mentioned it, the old Abdi guard, you just placed it. So if you didn't have a proper langot, you would not, someone would have to hold it. The short leg guy would have to hold it while you're batting. It would be like that. Let's move. So zero, guys, zero.
Yep,
Testicles
sure,
versus
sure.
spectacles. All right.
Yeah.
Second and last for the day.
I mean, I kind of got spectacles, but you had to kind of guess, like say.
Yeah,
it
you
to
got
us.
it, but after guiding.
Let it go,
I know.
Antariksh. Let it go.
Major
Okay,
guiding.
man.
You were a plant.
What is it like?
This is
A
a
tripod?
tripod.
No, Ramanathan, see, Ramanathan, this is the wrong show for you. You want to learn more. You've got to go to a show which talks about good, interesting things. Ours
People
is
just
rubbish.
learn, yeah,
Nonsense called
lorgnette.
lorgnette. And
Yeah.
Navin, you haven't used it in a sentence yet.
I just did. I just said the Abraham Lincoln
Abraham
thing. I
Lincoln.
just said it as an example
You
of
think
a
it's
sentence.
correct?
Right.
Shall we just give it to you? I don't know. And the
Give it
next
to
thing,
me.
the guy
Yes, give
dies
it to
now.
me.
You made a morbid sentence also. I mean, he's like, phew.
I mean, he died like 150 years ago. Move on.
1863, I think. I'll just double check.
Jerk. Loser.
Couldn't wait for the podcast.
Right.
Really.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
doesn't know how the play ended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't wait for the end of the play. That's right. He dies somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, he doesn't
Yeah.
wait as in he couldn't wait.
Inconsiderate, man.
Because
Hey, Abbas, do you get your money back if that happens? I'm just thinking as a guy who's, been forced by his wife to.
his next of kin should get it.
It's like, here's your money and your brains back. Just like.
No, bro, it's just a standard business practice. We had to stop the play in the middle because the president was shot dead and all the patrons should get their money back. When you guys have a
Based
comedy
on-
show and Munawar comes on stage, then you immediately, you have to give the money back, right? Because, by law,
But who's getting shot in that context is the question.
touchy subject.
Have you guys seen those list of parallels between JFK and Abraham Lincoln?
Abraham Lincoln. Yeah.
Right?
Like he had
Just the
an
list
assistant
of
called
parallels
Lincoln
crazy.
and she had
Yeah,
a
he
Lincoln
got-
called whatever
yeah.
Kennedy.
I
yeah.
am recovering
Did the
from
CIA
Amit.
kill Abraham Lincoln as well?
That's what they say. Who could be? I don't know.
Which was formed after him. But Amit is still, I'm still shocked for the Amit revelation that Abraham Lincoln had a very high voice. Because growing up, you always thought all those speeches and all was like, this deep Amitabh Bachchan of the West kind of baritone, gravitas voice. And instead, according to him, it was like P.V. Herman.
But
Oh,
this
yeah.
guy,
Oh, 20
Daniel
years
Day
ago.
Lewis, Daniel Day Lewis does that in the movie, right? He speaks in a pretty high.
You thought it was an exaggeration. Apparently, it's not. Well, I don't know who to believe. Yeah. The
He
only,
only ate helium for that role.
the only person old enough to know all this is Kunal, who was actually around in 1863, my friend Kunal, but he doesn't remember. Ready for the next one, ladies?
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Hit me.
Pettifogging. Pettifogging.
This is
Sounds like someone who
Like-
bluffs
Like
something.
getting angry over
Ah.
petty things,
He's
Yeah,
pettifogging.
fighting over trivial things.
over small things.
Okay. I don't know how to help you here because it's not wrong, especially Silverie's opening point. It's an adjective, pettifogging.
Yeah. So,
What was your opening point, Antariksh?
getting angry or fighting over like trivial
Petty
small
things.
things, petty things.
It's partly correct.
Ballpark.
Like someone who can't let things go, basically.
Pettifog.
Not that part.
Or is it
But
like
what-
is it like massaging, like lying over small things, pettifogging? You're like over petty things, you're fogging the truth over them.
No, the small things you've got that. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, that was
But
petty.
it's not it's an adjective. It's used as an adjective. So it's excessively concerned with unimportant detail.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
like-
cool. Yeah. All right.
How Naveen took
Like
us through the
nitpicking kind
entire,
of, in a way.
yeah, the Tarzan
Is it-
get up, every single leaf was mentioned.
Yeah, getting concerned over trivial things was the first thing I said. Nobody heard that.
No,
If you want,
I
we can
did,
loop
but
Please
and play it
rewind.
again.
Please rewind this.
I just took the
recording.
credit. Sorry, man.
I'm sorry.
I want to swear by God the truth here. Silverie told me offline that he hasn't won this ever, and his mom watches every show. So we had
Yeah, I
planned that,
did, yeah. I pleaded with
so
Cyrus. Please, this
I'm
has
so
to be my
sorry.
day.
And as if that's going to
Don't
make
make
his
them
mom
proud.
proud. Now that you've told that.
Yeah. I knew the meaning of pettifogging, mom. Who's the man of the house?
Your mom is pettifogging them in that case.
Yeah, good.
Oh, don't maafi mat ja, banjo. Watch it,
Another-
watch it, Mr. Chess.
But how does it become petty when I use this sentence?
Antariksh, your
Yes.
mom listens to every episode. Sorry, Navin, go ahead.
Every other episode also.
There is no one who listens to
Yeah,
every
Because
I mean,
he's
she
talked
can't,
about
yeah,
his
she
hookups
can't.
and all. on this,
You
on
left
this
the
show.
job.
Yeah,
Naveen
yeah.
left the job.
Found out
Doesn't
when.
that tell you something? Nobody listens to every episode. You'll
My
not
mom-
make it past 100.
Abbas, my
When was she
mom
listening
finds
to
out about
you?
my relationships because of the show, by the way. It's very
No,
sad.
Of course, yeah. Because you're an open
But,
book.
but you know, that was because we were stuck in friggin' pandemic and we were becoming more and more, like intimate about conversations. You would never talk about home and all so much. So without knowing it, he was telling us about the girlfriend came on the show 2-3 times because he was staying with her.
No, we cut that part out. Nobody's ever seen her, by the way.
Like,
But we,
she appeared on the show. She came on the show.
Yeah.
What happened?
she appeared. She would say hi and all that, like how my wife passes by and all that. She would
Did
do
your
that.
mom see those episodes, Antariksh? Huh?
Yeah, she loved them. You're like, wow, you're really good, man.
So she became a celebrity on our little show, and even the people writing in and texting in were like, what's going on? And then one
But
day
they still broke
she
up,
left
right?
without any warning,
Yeah.
Exactly.
and nobody told
there
us.
was
And we're like,
warning. There
Silverie,
was
where's the
warning.
babe? And he was like, she's
Where's
left
the
me and
babe?
gone to.
Okay.
Babe is the
Yeah,
pig
yeah.
in the city now.
No, Cyrus.
What was the name?
Oh,
What
by
was
the way,
name?
now she's getting married. We broke up since then.
Wow.
She's getting married.
Congrats, Antariksh.
Yes, well done.
This is what happens. Yeah. Like that's what I do to women, man. They leave me. I'm like, damn it.
You
what
drive
am I?
them to marriage. That guy
But
must
I should
hate
say
you.
the guy looks like a plumper version of me, by the way.
Plumper
It's,
version of you.
Yeah, it's
I mean, that
very.
is-
It's if you see it,
that's
you can't.
ridiculous.
You won't believe it. It is ridiculous.
She wanted you
Send the
fat.
photo afterwards.
It is what it is. Yeah, she wanted me, but
No.
healthier.
God. What was her name? Just remind me.
She's like me then.
Her name
I
was
don't think
Henna.
we should mention her name. What the
We should
fuck?
mention
Okay,
her.
fine.
I won't say full name.
No, look, the live stream is a live stream, so it's already out there. Someone please remind them
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
online. Akash.
Touche.
Okay.
But
Let's,
Abbas, you didn't get it. He spent 10 minutes telling us how he made sure his mom never heard anything, how he made sure everything was
Yeah.
edited.
It's fine.
And now we've
That's
done it all again. And it's Henna, ladies and gentlemen. And she's getting
Okay.
married to a fat version of him, and it's all out there. Oh, it's the live bit is gone now. You can't edit this.
Yep.
Ah la 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 la.
Okay,
Auntie G
I want
paying
you
for
guys
us.
before we go into the break. I want you guys. I have something for you. I have a Urban Dictionary slang word. Okay, a slang phrase. I want you to guess the meaning of that. Okay, the slang phrase is.
Okay, but
COVID-
you give us the language. Okay.
The phrase is COVID Dutch oven. What is a COVID Dutch oven?
When you fuck someone under a blanket who has COVID.
No, it's a verb. It's an action, but it's basically a phrase. So it can be.
Fucking
Yeah,
is an
So
action.
is what Navin just said.
Yeah, literally.
It's
What
getting
you say?
action.
Don't want to repeat what Naveen said. We have elderly people listening to this show.
But
When you have
we can name
conjugal
girlfriends,
relations.
but we can't repeat what Navin said. What?
Making love under a blanket with the COVID positive.
No,
That's in Marathi because
no, that's not.
COVID.
You are
difficult to
you're
explain.
you're thinking along the correct lines, not the getting late part, but thinking. Yeah, somewhere there. Somewhere.
If the getting late part is not there, it's a very uninteresting
It's not there.
observation. What the hell? You get COVID under the blanket. Huh?
There is something covering something.
Can I take a guess? It's letting someone who has COVID spit in your mouth.
Or
Wow, you're
or
even
fart.
closer, Bas, but not
Or
really.
fart.
Something to do with the mouth. It is something to do with the mouth. COVID, that's all. Should I just tell you guys?
Kissing.
that's
Oh, Joko
over.
Vincent,
COVID,
right.
that's open for
He's
COVID.
still upset about that.
Okay, so a COVID Dutch oven is burping with your COVID-19 mask on and smelling your own breath, requiring
Ugh.
you to marinate in your burp
Oh.
juice. That's a COVID Dutch oven.
That last sentence was not needed at all, but like burp juice
Yeah,
is
that-
like
that-
no,
this
it's
is the
not.
Urban
Sure.
Dictionary phrase of it, huh?
Who invented
Sorry?
this option? I like Naveen's option better. It just sounded more like things are happening and like by mistake I got COVID because I slept with
Yeah.
this girl under the
It was
blanket.
Dutch, yeah. It
Yeah.
was steamy. It was nice.
How did you come across this, Antariksh?
I
You
was
were
looking
like,
at
I
random
need to
Urban Dictionary stuff. Like I came across another one, which is
You yourself nearly had a Dutch oven moment. You went and met this chick, remember? I mean, all you guys started coughing at home and all that, and she said her
I
dad.
so
had
hope
COVID and-
Antariksh's mom is watching this episode.
no,
Who's
no,
who?
no.
They
That's
don't
She's
not
getting
have-
married,
happening.
Cyrus. Let him go. Let him go.
No,
It's
there's
okay.
another girl. 2 weeks back. Tell them. I'm not lying. Tell them.
No. I met a friend who, after meeting her, just a friend, after meeting her, she told
Hmm.
me, "Oh, by the way, my dad has COVID." That's not the same thing.
And then
That's
they all were
normal.
coughing in the Thakkar house. They were all going crazy. But nobody actually got COVID, right? Or you don't even want
Yeah,
to tell
nobody
us?
got COVID. Yeah.
Okay. But for 4 or 5 days, they laid low and all that. He's got a horrible... You don't know what this guy's going through here. Powai is a dangerous country, man. It's not easy for old men.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, should we take our break?
Hey, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Think Fast, Varun and Suchita talk to Shefali Bhatt. She's the tech and culture reporter from The Mint. She gives her views on meme culture, the creator economy, and other internet trends. Check out our new podcast on parenting, Big Talk About Tiny Humans. In the first episode, hosts Devi Shobha and Meghna stress on the importance of eating together as a family. What are the current trends amongst global investors? Viraj Nanda, co-founder of Globalize, tells Anupam all about it on Paisa Vaisa. The Simplified Gang decode all the groundbreaking things that NASA's new James Webb Telescope can do. On All Things Policy, the Takshashila folk discuss the recent Quad summit that PM Modi was a part of. And on the Filter Coffee podcast, Karthik asked Devaya Bopanna about starting India's first DAO. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any of our other shows for that matter, please do tell a friend. Don't forget to rate us on any of the platforms you're listening to us on. And also remember, you can check out a lot of our stuff on YouTube. Go to ivmpodcast.com/YouTube and you'll get a list of all the various channels that we do have. And finally, we would like to thank our sponsors this week, Bank of Baroda and CoinSwitch Kuber. Thank you so much for making this possible.
She spells her name Shefali with a PH. All this name-changing numerology thing is scaring me, which then makes it Shefali. Does it not make it Shefali? Because
No,
all our
she
lives, all our
spells it-
Shefalis have been with an F. Now, where did this PH come from?
It helps her know whether she's acidic or not. I'm sorry.
But
I
Cyrus,
just had
Phantom
to-
is not Phantom. It's Phantom.
That's a good. You're a good lawyer, bro. You've come up with a good one. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be
Antariksh is a
Phantom.
lawyer.
He is
No,
today.
man.
He's defended Shefali and made it into because Phantom. Navin has
Yeah.
walked out in disgust because you made the Phantom remark. It's Panta the drink, not Fanta. Come back. God, it's touchy. Anyway, Naveen, this happens all the time, huh? I think we need to find a better Wi-Fi thing for him. He should come and stay with me. Nav, wear your
He's
Tarzan
not
outfit
disconnected.
and
He's just gone off video and muted himself. I don't know why.
Just stopped giving.
Yeah,
me-
he's-
something's happened. He's on another podcast. He's freelancing.
I think his cat must
By
have
the way,
come. on-
Abbas,
in the frame.
we may
Now
one
it's
day
gone.
even pay you guys, by the way.
What?
We have a great plan. Yeah, we have a plan.
Sure, I'll send an invoice, Antariksh,
Not yet.
along with the recording.
We have a plan. Now,
Has
I'll tell
Antariksh
you.
frozen as well? No, he's moving.
No, he froze the moment we said we have to pay you. Yeah.
Wait, what do we have to do? Oh, okay.
We have a plan
Yeah,
to
Antariksh.
pay our. to
Now
pay
it's
our-
out in the open.
Not
No,
all
sorry,
our
what
guests.
do you
Wink,
say?
wink.
So, how are you
Okay.
guys enjoying this current cold wave
No-
going on in Bombay? It's-
Naveen has gone to finish the game of chess. See, there you go. Sorry.
yeah.
I'm here.
What happened, bro?
No, you're not. Okay, we can't see you.
Dude, we can't
My
see you.
camera's not
Okay.
working for some reason.
Okay, then
I
take
know,
off your
yeah.
clothes.
Just
There's no
try
point wearing
refreshing
that
your
if it's just audio.
I tried that. I just left and came back again.
Okay, you just
But
be a
I think
voice
you
in the
continue.
wilderness. We love it. It's fabulous. Make sounds.
Yeah.
I like
That's
how
a sound
Antariksh
check.
tried to segue into a topic 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, I know.
How
I
are
know,
you
no.
guys
Cold,
enjoying the cold
Hey,
wave?
what's happening with the weather? It's cold, huh? You're in Bombay, yeah?
Yeah.
I hate it. I think Bombay wasn't made for cold weather.
Look at this. This is sweat. Can you see my
How
armpit? That's
is
sweat.
it sweating?
Look at this. This is sweat. Because there's no cold. I'm Genghis Khan bloodline, direct descendant. I don't feel cold. I've never felt cold.
Yeah,
Never
that's
worn a
true.
sweater. I don't want to
Cyrus
sound like
doesn't
I'm
feel
bragging,
cold.
but I don't feel cold.
Wait, even you actually go to like cold countries and cold places like
Silverie, when you
Himalayas
had
and
to
all,
room
you
with
just-
guys in theater and in college and all that, I used to go mad if there was an AC and they wouldn't let me put it on. You don't have no idea.
Yeah, Antariksh, you've recorded with Cyrus in a studio, right? The
Yeah, correct,
temperature
that's
is at
true.
freaking 16 and he still doesn't feel cold enough.
Yeah.
And I have to hide the remote. I have to hide the remote
Yeah, correct.
because you people keep
Dude,
putting it
it's
up. to 24.
also.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But around me, people are wearing all kinds of things, and in the morning they want to open the gym and put the AC off, and all that shit starts. In college, you used to put the fans off. In school, they used to put the fans off. I mean, for what? For 2 days in January where it's not that hot? I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't think we should get excited, man. And what
I
are those
enjoy it for exactly 3 hours in the morning where I'm like, oh, this is nice. And then I just wanted to go back to
But
normal.
where are you at 3 hours in the morning?
No, I'm loving this, man.
No, I'm here only in Bandra only.
What are you enjoying from your room?
No, it's like you're not
Grand
used to
outdoors
waking
from
up
the hall.
to the cold, and then you have to sit on that ice cold commode. So you're like, oh shit, I have to do this.
For 3
But,
hours, Abbas? You
no,
make
not
the
all
communication
3
best.
But yeah, I can't wait for the pleasant
But
spring.
what
to
about those
come.
guys? I met this guy who has like 5, 6 or whatever. In his life, he's bought lots of these colored sweaters and all. And he told me that every day in January, he's taking them out because that's the only time he can, because with the pandemic, there's no travel also. So he's really, and there must be people like that who really care about their winter wear and all that, and they can't travel or go even up north or wherever. So they're stuck in Mumbai. So these 3, 4 days are going ballistic. They're doing like Chayagit, songs from that we used to have on, you won't even remember Chayagit reference. They used to play these.
I remember Chaya Geet.
So the Hindi movie songs in those days, the girl would change the sari every 5 seconds. It would go on like that.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. She'd be dancing the first verse in Srinagar, second verse in Kulu Manali, then she'd be in Chennai somewhere. I mean, it's fabulous what we could do with movies. Really, imagination ran wild. But so these guys are going berserk. They're changing their clothes everywhere they go.
Yeah.
This is the only time, and then they have to put it away in about 3 days, maybe more. I can see this is the most boring interaction ever. Everybody's just gone to sleep.
No, winter wear makes you hide your fat, so that
Fat.
way I'm happy. Yeah. So when I wear like I'm wearing a sweater right now, I don't look as fat as I actually am.
Hey,
So
but where are your fancy t-shirts with all those things on it?
fancy t-shirt is inside. There's a Batman t-shirt inside, but I'm wearing
Oh,
a
wow.
I'm wearing
And
a
the way you
How do you
did
like
that,
this
you
one?
look like Batman revealing his costume.
Yeah. He's like Batman in the pandemic.
No, he
Beard
doesn't.
is long,
Yeah.
all that hair is gone.
He's
No,
got
but
bald.
did you like Spider-Man? I saw it on Saturday at Inox with just 9 people. It was
Yeah,
lovely.
it was enjoyable, but the plot made absolutely no sense.
Well, if you understand quantum physics like I do,
I was expecting things to happen the way they were happening.
but that surprise, the surprising part is they kept the surprise. Not too many people knew about it for the first week of the film in December.
Oh, okay.
The fact
Yeah,
that the
Us
three of
nerds
them,
knew.
and we should
Yeah,
not give it
Cyrus,
away that the
Abbas.
three of them.
yeah. I was just gonna ask, can we? Oh, no spoilers. Okay, cool. So yeah, it was okay. It wasn't.
Oh,
It
okay.
isn't as great as people are making it out to be, but I enjoyed it.
But we can't give the spoiler. But anyway, if you
Yeah.
compare all the Spider-Man actors in the last few years, I like this guy the best, Tom Holland. What about you? I mean, not to
I'd
give it
stick
away.
with
I think
the
all of them have
OG
their
OG Toby Maguire.
Tobey
all of them
Maguire has
have their
no
good parts.
personality. He's like the podcast's worst nightmare.
Hey man,
He's just
he
giving
had
one
that
Yeah,
dance
but
line.
you
sequence in
know,
third one. That was great. That whole
you know how you
that whole
associate Superman with Christopher Reeve. For me, Spider-Man is Toby Maguire.
Really? I mean, half the time you don't see him. You only see that mask on. So what is it? You only know if
Yeah,
it's
but
him.
still, I know that way you don't even know if it's Tom Holland or not.
it is not
Of course
mostly.
it's not. You think he's really going to do that once, climb around the buildings and all? It's like I do my clothes and then, some jokers who come and do all this hard work. Speaking of clothes, we've lost Naveen, guys. Should we take 2 minutes silence for that?
We should ask him because he put a post saying, I just get to wear this beanie once a year, and he's put a picture with the beanie, but now he's gone.
Ever since he told us that Tarzan story where he wore banana leaves and walked around and a cow shat
Yeah.
on him, and while his mother bought milk, the whole thing is really
No,
strange.
something happened. Something happened in the
Couldn't they
break.
just take the milk from the cow? I think somebody's come over and there's a fight happening or something. Maybe he's not paying the Scootsy guy or
Oh shit.
COD
Yeah.
issue and all that.
Scootsy doesn't
Naveen's
exist
famous.
anymore. Cyrus,
Sorry,
it's either
Swiggy.
Zomato
I
or
remember-
Swiggy.
I
remember,
can't spend on all this. I don't have the budget.
So Naveen,
Oh.
I remember a few years back used to stay in some building which wasn't like the
Everyone
building.
stays in some building.
No, in the staircase and all the building was very scary. Okay, it was like I had a very
Huh.
scary staircase while climbing up, and so it was me and my friend Govind, Abbas Govind. We were climbing up the stairs,
Yeah.
and on the staircase, was a doll with one eye. So already a scary staircase, and you see a doll. It's like your brain starts making things up. Like
Wow.
what is this? The doll alive? Did a child get kidnapped or something? Like what just happened?
Was it
Just,
Naveen's doll?
Visual. I don't know. Yeah, we should ask him. Naveen, do you drop your dolls? You throw your
Go
dolls
and check the collection,
into
Naveen.
this-
Just see if one is missing. The one who's
Yeah.
just the one eye, which is not a bad thing, by the way. It is what it is. But shall we
We
get one
could hear
topic
him,
in?
na? Now we can't hear him also.
No. He's just
No, I think he's gone.
for some
bro.
reason. I
Gone,
think he's
bro.
upset. Did you say anything to upset him? People listening to the show, if you know what upset Naveen, please text and tell us because nobody can understand what exactly happened. It's really
Yeah.
sad. I think it was the chess outfit because he really planned it and he wore it and he was hoping he'd get good reviews and you guys making fun as if you know
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
about fashion. Look at what you're wearing. I mean me. Okay, what topic have we got? The cold.
We've got
front.
quite a few.
Next.
Yes,
Huh.
we've got quite a few topics. This one comes in from Nirvan. He says, Cyrus Bhai, I am pretty depressed right now owing to a huge lot of work
Because you're
pressure.
listening to the podcast. Huh.
It's work pressure. He's listening to us at work. Yeah. I am not seeing what is the meaning of life this way. Are we there in this world just to work ourselves to death?
Dude, you're listening to the wrong show, bro.
Yeah, and also Nirvan, you're making fun of the people who listen to this show who don't have work. So I mean that's really mean, in a way. Okay, I'll let Abbas because you have to become Amit. We need one sane,
Yeah,
slightly
Sane,
wise
sure.
head.
Yeah.
Then we can make some stupid comments left, right, and center. So what is your answer to Nirvan?
What I would say, Nirvan.
I just said.
I know you said
No,
Abbas.
go
I know you said
ahead,
Abbas.
Antariksh.
Go ahead. Disregard him. Go ahead, Silverie.
There are a lot of people going through the same thing. Don't worry, buddy. You're not alone. Don't get too depressed. Yeah, work pressure. ऊपर नीचे होते रहता है. Hopefully, this is just a slump at work where you're seeing a lot of work pressure, and hopefully it becomes a little less soon. And
I think
if
the
it doesn't,
theory of
then you should let your
relativity-
employer know. You need to let your employer know that you're highly
Yeah,
overworked,
yeah.
and that actually helps. That would
I don't know. I think the theory of relativity will help. He has to think of where the pressure is worse. Like if he's holding in a potty, for example, or pee. some of those times, you know that is such a big crisis for you that if you could just pee in peace, the other problems will be much less anyway, comparatively. So if he feels that pressure, then he'll be able to deal with this pressure, because this pressure is much less than that immediate pressure of trying to pee and you have nowhere to pee and that kind of thing.
That's true.
Nirvan, 40 saal naukri kar lo, fir aram hi aram hai. Souvik is acting like he's 71. Souvik, please reveal your other how old you are. Okay.
No. My take on that is his second part is our purpose only to work ourselves to death. My answer to that is no. And if you have a little bit of savings, I would say just quit, man. There'll be a better job which will not pressurize you this way.
My worry is, Nirvan, that you're talking to 3 out-of-work comedians for work advice. We don't know anything about either comedy or work. Yeah, I mean,
I have a job though.
Tarun Kaushik is quitting his job. God.
Oh, congrats, Tarun.
Oh wow, dude.
Long time listener.
Yeah. So, dude, I just read this today. They're saying that 8 out of 10 Indians.
Podcast by unemployed for the unemployed. A class of wise head. Sorry.
They're saying 8 out of 10 Indians are looking to change jobs this year, or quit their jobs, but at least change their jobs this year. 8 out of 10. That's a huge.
So
Abbas,
it's like unemployment is a huge problem, and then people who are employed also want to quit.
So
just replace
that.
No.
What is that? The Great Resignation. That's the period we're in. They've termed it the Great Resignation.
I mean, if you can afford it, if you have savings worth 2-3 months,
like how much will you want to work for someone else?
No, I'm talking about the atmosphere that in the workspace. Like, we used to always try to get jobs where there were more girls than guys. I felt that would be an important criteria, staying in the job, because when you get up, you go and you've got X, Y, Z girl to look at and talk to and interact with, and you feel better about yourself. And you come back and the old hag rips you a new one. So this is the reason why the world kept going. But now, I mean, the IVM, just men dropping. It's raining men everywhere.
When I joined, there were more women in the organization than men.
Well, once you left, they left with you.
Yeah, once I left, it all
Abbas gaya, to hum bhi gaye. And that's it. To get them back. Now we can't even keep Navin. Okay, I don't mean anything by that. I mean, you know what I mean. He's just not on the show. Yeah.
No. We have quite a lot of women employees. It's a very cool work environment. It's all fun.
Lawyer Antariksh back to work. Like, no, guys.
Yeah. It's not a sexist environment. It's a very good environment. Not a single woman has complained. Oh man. Okay, maybe one or two.
Because there are no women. Who will they complain?
None left.
Lawyer Antariksh and comic Antariksh are having a crisis right now.
But he's gainfully employed. See, both ways. It just goes on.
Yep.
All right, should we take the next one?
Yeah.
Any news from Navin? If there's a neighbor or something who's next to him who can just knock on the door. I'm worried about his health.
Okay, I'll ask the next question.
What if the robber has walked? What if he's being attacked by a chore?
You think the thief?
What if the right-wing politician in his neighborhood is on top of him, banging him with a chappal as we speak? My God. I mean, we should look at all these scenarios.
It's possible, man. That's true. What if he just fell down while trying to go fix the Wi-Fi and then hurt himself? Anything is possible.
And smashed his head on the doll.
It can happen. I mean, anything. You could broke his leg in the house. I don't know.
Yeah.
Ankle pain. I don't know.
Could have slipped, exactly.
Maybe he's rushing his neighbor to the hospital as we speak because the neighbor knocked on the door.
Go, Navin, go! Go, yes. Baba. Don't get distracted. Do the right thing. Every minute counts.
Anything can happen. All right, next one comes in from Vivek Barthwal. He says, how would you rate seniority among the 3 producers, Cyrus? Would Silverie be the lead with maximum number of episodes? I mean,
Are you the lead?
It became a daily after Antariksh took over, so I think it might.
That's not fair because it became a daily. Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, not fair, but fair enough. Abbas, you were how long? 2 years?
I think I produced 260 episodes, I think.
It felt like 3 years, but it was only 2.
It was 3 years.
And Navin was the least. And now that he's not there,
Navin and me, I think I am only slightly more than Navin.
You're bigger than Navin? So watch it.
Navin set it up.
Yeah, Navin is like set it up.
He's like
then I kept the boat afloat. Navin? And then Antariksh was there during the pandemic. So I think that counts for something.
Difficult times we've gone through.
Yeah.
See, for me, I would say that Navin was the most punctual. Which isn't saying much.
Oh, next question is exactly that. Somit Iyer has asked, Cyrus, which of the 3 producers was least concerned with showing up on time?
We know the answer to that one.
Abbas was... He was not always on time, but not very late. But Naveen, when he was late, could be very late, but he was more on time. But the thing is, he would always use road names that I wouldn't know. We just make up some four-letter name, word, road, which I had no idea where it is, and I couldn't even say anything after that. I looked
As
like an idiot.
someone who used to be late and always used to get my leg pulled about that, I am very jealous that Antariksh just gets to do this from home. He just
He's
has
still
to
late.
be.
You can ask Rishi. Rishi,
No.
please send a message.
Rishi's also at home. Rishi's also at home right now.
But Rishi's never late. Rishi and me wait for Silverie. Rishi and me wait for Silverie. And Rishi and me and the guys wait for Silverie. Then Silverie comes.
Oh.
I even had a text just yesterday or day before.
I mean-
You can ask
I mean,
Rishi.
See,
In the middle of the
dude,
show saying he's
Abbas,
arrived.
Abbas, Cyrus comes before me like once or twice in a month. Okay, rest of the time I'm on time. It's almost usually doesn't happen.
Okay, Baba,
Dude,
don't get angry. It's
No,
just
no,
a
no,
small.
no,
It's not a negative. These are negatives. As you become my age, you realize that the negative is the person who's always on time.
Oh wait,
lonely,
there's one
unhappy.
question for me.
Oh.
Yeah, Abbas, being an ex-producer, how would you like to rate Silverie's performance so far? Aditya Sharda.
This is a great question.
Sure, sure.
Pathetic. Whoa.
Sure.
I used to select the topics like 2 days in advance, and Antariksh sends it to me like
2
an
days.
hour before. He's like,
Yeah,
these are
yeah,
the.
yeah.
And then
These
changes
are the
it while
topics.
briefing you. And then changes it.
Ah, and then he
How do you
changes
work
it when I
2
show
months
up.
in advance? What? You can't work that in advance.
No.
It's crazy.
Like I said,
Also, it wasn't a
Antariksh,
daily show,
he-
man.
Exactly, and Antariksh held the
Yeah.
show together during the pandemic. So yeah, I give him props.
No,
for that.
Cyrus did. Man, no. I just
Me?
showed up.
I
and-
couldn't even put the camera on.
Okay. I mean, everyone.
Man.
It's all a team effort.
Listen, don't tell the guests the truth. We wing everything. We just pretend to look at their research. It's very painful. And so far, they haven't caught us. Sylvia has to fix that head of hair.
Yeah,
Feral
I
mind.
can actually.
Yeah.
I keep this as we have discussed on the side of my bed.
Hey Antariksh,
Just to be able to
can
fix
we
my
can
hair
we can we
as
change
quickly
the
as I can.
topic, please?
Yes, please, we can. All right, next one. Next one comes in from Girish Patel. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Girish Patel says, I read a story about featuring Kunal Vijaykar's weight loss journey in Midday. It says Kunal lost 20 kgs in 6 months just by mental conditioning and not diet or exercise.
I
What
need
is
to
the
take this
truth?
question. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, this is a very important point because it mentioned this mental thing, that electric impulse, which is very good and all that and helps. But the fact of the matter is, he ate like a refugee. He would come to our non-vegetarian palace or the Iranis or his cousin Welker, all non-vegetarian palaces, with a little tiffin with curd rice and unmentionable, like non-interesting food.
Oh, man.
And he would sit and eat in a disciplined way because the
Wow.
doctor told him he'll die.
That's
But the fact is,
impressive,
they
yeah.
will all die. I mean, it's just a question of when. But to cut a long story short, you only lose weight because of food. It's simple.
Mhm.
Calories in, calories out. There's no other way. People will stop thinking that they can just put their head in an air condition and then everything's gone. It doesn't work that way. So while that helped a lot and everything in his mental capacity, and he's now become really good at his work. Sorry, I had to say that. The weight loss only happened because of the. And I told him about this because this is not a joke. This apparently is what you get from the article. So he's sort of misquoted because he said it's not like that. He clearly mentioned his tiffin. Just carry a tiffin like we had in school. Remember, when we were in school,
Right.
those ugly steel tiffins. Just carry that tiffin,
Yeah.
and it was so unappetizing. I can't tell you, really. I mean, I was losing weight looking at it. It was that bad. But anyway, so that's the truth. So Kunal, please be careful because they can sue you. Okay, because you're giving wrong information. Then collectively, all these things work together, no doubt. But it's basically the tiffin, and yeah. So that's the story of Kunal. By the way, he's not looking good, guys. That 20 kilos is terrible. Really.
No, he looks
Just-
very good, yeah. He looks very nice.
He looks like a baby. He looks like a baby elephant. I've seen him without the clothes. I'm not lying. I got to fess up. Yeah.
All right,
Abbas,
cool.
how's your weight going?
Yeah.
Let's change that subject. Next question, please.
No. You talk about Silverie's hairstyle. Let's change the subject. Wait, let's change the subject. I went from 90
Yeah, I'd like
what
to-
it
I'd like
says
to
is all
be-
mental conditioning. Feral Mind's the only joker on the show today. 1978. Wow, not bad.
Yeah, not bad. Pradeep Pillai has a question.
Send us a picture, Feral Mind, of before and after. That better than this 12 kgs. That's the only way to know the truth. Like Silverie's old picture. Silverie is huge. He was the Adnan Sami of his
Really?
generation. He was
I
huge.
didn't know this.
And then,
Oh.
how much were you, said? Silverie? At your best?
Me? I was, I remember being like 92, 93. And so
Wow.
right now I'm like in the 80s right now. Because in the pandemic, I gained some weight back. I had gone down to 72, which was, I was also mind blown. कि कैसे किया मैंने? It was crazy.
Wow.
Okay.
And
All right.
then this is before that whole Indonesian thing. Because you were really slim then in that
Yeah,
period.
correct. Yeah.
All right.
yeah,
Let's not
exactly.
discuss that. It's very
I
private.
wasn't
I don't
eating
think
those
this is
days.
the right-
Yeah.
You were very upset in the
Uh,
press.
Never mind.
yeah.
And people are listening
Pradeep
to the show,
Pillai.
and I don't want any trouble. Yeah.
Follow me at Instagram and Twitter on Bored Brocha. I'm so bored. I need your help. I need your love. I need your touch. Okay, just follow me.
Pradeep Pillai asks, AMA for Abbas Momin,
Oh.
Antariksh,
Yes.
and Cyrus also. With Bhagwan Man. No, because he's not mentioned Cyrus. For some reason, he's not mentioned Cyrus. Okay. I don't know why. With Bhagwan Man becoming the CM face of AAP in Punjab from being a stand-up comic, is Cyrus hopeful of the BJP, which is the Brocha Janata Party, coming into existence very soon?
Well, I'm just waiting for Abbas to join hands with me, because I'm
I'm
thinking,
up for it.
Yeah.
you know how it works with the government, right? They go after the louder minority. So I'm just thinking, can you wear one for the team? Just come on, join in.
I am game. See,
Yeah,
we'll have one Muslim, one Parsi. If Antariksh joins, we'll have one Hindu also. And then Navin joins, we'll have one Catholic also. Then and then
Catholic.
there was one.
And member of the LGBTQ
eh,
community, yeah.
So we have one
Yeah.
extra actor for Amar Akbar Anthony. That's the problem now. But coming back, didn't they have in Italy? They had a stand-up comedian who won the election and became a member of parliament and all that, and he presided for a term at least. And so it's not impossible.
Yeah,
Who else? We've had wrestlers in America. 2 wrestlers from the wrestling community.
Even this guy, right? What Antariksh, the Saturday Night
Huh?
Live
Yeah,
guy?
exactly.
He became a
forgetting his
senator,
name, man.
right? Fuck. What
He
was
got,
his
but then
name?
during the Me Too thing, he got accused and he had to step
He
down.
got accused of it. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn
Shit,
you!
why can't I remember his name?
It's age.
If someone in
It
the
gets
comments
worse.
remembers it, can let me know.
But do you think
Anyway,
there'll be an issue with the BJP name being the same, Brocha Janata Party? I'm
Al
wondering whether there'll be
Franken.
a problem. Ukrainian president, yeah,
Al
he's right.
Franken, yes.
But he's really struggling, the Ukrainian president, Bishara, with Russia trying to set up their own puppet prime minister. Oof.
The US senator was Al Franken, Cyrus.
Al Franken is back doing
Sorry?
stand-up, by the way.
Yeah.
He shows up at the cellar and all in New York and stuff.
Okay.
Stuff.
So the Me Too thing-
just like every other Me Too accused.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't laugh, Papa.
But are
This
you
show is not a
guys
sex
rooting
issue.
for Bhagwant Mann to win? Because I like the current CM also. Channi for what's
You
his
like
full
him
name?
because there's a road named after him in Mumbai. Okay.
No, that's Kearney Road. Check out his interview with Samdesh on YouTube. I think it's a very nice.
I like
interview.
Amarinder. I don't know how the Kong screwed that up.
Well,
He's my type of guy, man. He's like this, this royal guy who
Charanjit
gives a
Singh
damn.
Channi, his full name.
Yeah. All
I
right.
like him, but I like Bhagwant Mann also. But I can't vote in Punjab.
So Abbas, who is now in Baikala, can
Yes.
hopefully cast his vote in Sector 13 in Chandigarh quietly when no one's looking. President Zelensky, also a comedian who actually had a show where he acted as the president of this country, and a few years later, where art becomes life. There you go. This podcast could
Preeti
take us
Salas.
into the future. Preeti has given us a hand of God moment here. Silverie, that means we all will be ruling. I'll be the prime minister.
Yeah.
What
Abbas,
ministries are you
what do you
giving
want?
us? Yeah, that's what I ask.
Whatever you
Give
want.
me
You're the top.
Ministry of
Defense?
Education. No,
Oh,
education.
very
Uh,
boring, yaar. Kya karega udhar? You'll have to go
Yeah,
to schools
like
and all.
give me-
Give me
What's
defense.
the
Defense is fun.
Defense.
You get to tour the world. You go to Russia to buy things, and
Yeah.
you go to all the exotic countries,
Right.
France, and all. Take
We'll
defense.
do that?
And what about you,
I'll
Silverie?
take Ministry of Health. I'll take health.
Just
and
because
part
you
of-
lost 20 kgs.
So he wants to. He
No,
wants to be the farm.
No,
He wants to be the
because part of being
pharmaceutical. I
healthy
understand.
is resting and relaxing. So if I'm resting, I can
Yeah.
always say, "Hey, I'm just being healthy, man. It's a good time."
Resting, relaxing, and pharma. PHARMA. Remember, that's very important.
Cool.
You can get all the things you need approved by government. Think about it, Silverie. You can change India. We can join the movement of free weed everywhere in 41 states in America, for example. Think about it. By the way, what are your opinions on weed?
It's terrible and it should never be allowed.
I told you his mom. I told his mom listens to the show.
When Antariksh said he dressed up as a plant, someone in the comments was like,
Yeah.
"He must have dressed up as me."
Oh man, talk about karma. The Ukrainian president does a show and then he becomes the president, and this is the same thing. He dressed up as a plant, and today the human
I
marijuana.
recited a poem. Okay, cool.
What the hell poem could it have been?
I don't remember right now. You know what? I'll ask my mom and I'll let you know what the poem was. I'm sure I can find the poem.
A
online
slap on
somewhere.
Abbas's face. Abbas should be health minister. He's half dentist, which is half doctor. Now, in case you don't know, Silverie, there's this running gag running gag amongst the medical fraternity where they look down on the dentist and the vet for some reason, and they make these jokes on them. So this is a very deep gag, and he's opened up scars here. Abbas, would you like to comment?
No, like I said, a half dentist is still more educated than some other health ministers we've had. So I'll take it.
कौन है health minister अभी? I don't even know. Harshvardhan was
Harshvardhan
forever,
is not there anymore,
He
right?
was fired. Yeah, he's fired.
I don't
So
even
he was
know.
replaced.
I have to Google
Yeah.
this.
Will the health minister please send his name and visiting card so we have some idea? We are from Mumbai. Political consciousness has never been our thing. We really struggle to remember people. Yeah. Always say they should have one or two people who dance well in parliament. Then those dance videos go viral and you remember the guy. Oh, that's the health minister. It's like that. Yeah, there's nothing comes to your head.
Also, campaigns
Right.
would be a lot more fun, right?
Wouldn't
Campaigning
it?
would be a lot more fun.
Recall his
Yeah, correct.
visual, bro. You
Yeah.
did all this.
Yeah.
Come on.
Imagine debates. If you have debate by dancing and not actually
Yeah.
like debate.
With someone
While
called
fighting-
Mansukh Mandavia, who I've never heard of.
Well,
Anyway,
well,
moving
you
on.
may not be the only
What?
one. I got to tell you. You can take account with due respect to the gentleman. What do we do about this guy? Naveen, I'm feeling really bad. We're joking. What if something
Yeah.
really happened to him? What if he was kidnapped?
I just think his internet failed.
Oh,
But he would have texted you guys, He would have sent a
Yes,
message.
oh,
on the
okay.
phone.
He texted me
Antariksh
4
has
minutes
something
back
to say.
saying
Huh.
the StreamYard thing wouldn't let me start my camera and audio no matter how much I tried. Sorry, bro.
He's blaming the StreamYard thing.
StreamYard,
All over the
I tell
world, people are
Not
using
his
StreamYard.
internet.
You think they're targeting him.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I mean, Naveen really thinks we're dumb. Man.
you. Change the platform, Antariksh. Change the platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Sure, sure.
StreamYard, it's all your fault.
StreamYard.
Okay, guys,
Okay.
it's 7:02, which means in 2 minutes I need to eat. What can we
Cool.
end with?
Like
So two
dinner-
last
This
questions.
is your
Two last
dinner
questions.
time.
Yeah,
That's
two
it.
last questions. Dinner,
okay.
7,
Two last
7.
questions. That's it.
5 minutes
Yeah.
to
Two
go.
last questions quickly and done.
Yeah.
Harvespa Kasad asks, hello all. Question for Cyrus.
Harvespa,
I said
please come
Harvespa.
on.
I said Harvespa Kasad. Yeah.
Said it? Okay,
Cyrus,
sorry.
are you planning to do a gag or on the meaning of Republic Day on your TV show by going out on the streets of Bombay? You did that years back, and that was hilarious.
No, my worry is.
Actually, he's asked, and that was hilarious. Sorry.
Yeah. And we did that in the Sydenham Lane in Mumbai, South Mumbai. So my worry is that those who answer maybe still studying there. After 5-6 years, I don't think they've graduated. It was hilarious. Didn't doctor anything. I'm telling you, I'm so convinced that the political consciousness of the Mumbaikar is just the worst. No idea. They struggle with the prime minister's name, and you can't have a louder prime minister than ours in terms of branding everywhere and all. Republic, they had no clue. And there's one thing which sounded like it's a joke that they've spun, but it was actually. So one guy looked at the other guy and said, "Republic Day wo kab hai? Thursday." Thursday mein hota hai." And so that every year on a Thursday there's a Republic Day. Why? How? You can't make that up.
Have you guys seen that video? There's a video that just went viral of this reporter asking like a group of people who are like the BJP supporters or Modi supporters, and he's asked them कि तो मोदी जी ने क्या क्या किया? He's like, अरे कश्मीर में किया वो 300 वाला क्या नंबर था? 300
302.
He's asking everyone. Yeah, he's like 300 ये 302 अरे हाँ 302 उन्होंने कैंसिल किया था.
Yeah.
302
He asked the guy behind the back, 302 ही है ना?
Yeah.
He's like, हाँ, 302.
हाँ 302.
Imagine if we did sports commentary with those kind of experts. Great shot,
Yeah.
na? Great shot, yeah, great shot. Well, good play,
Yeah,
good play. Just freaking masses sitting and discussing it.
But
Yeah.
these going
Going
on
on
street and
street.
asking people thing is a little risky in the pandemic, no? Because you have to ask them to remove their mask and all of that.
I've always said, go ahead. No mask
Okay.
with us. But Abbas, this is a great fun
Yeah.
game to play with anyone. The civic consciousness test. Take simple things like who's the governor of Maharashtra and just try that. Nobody will. believe
Just
that.
like I googled who's the health minister of India 3 minutes ago.
Nobody. But the health minister is tough. I'm talking about things which are really, really, I mean, we should know the health minister also, but we
Yeah,
lost
yeah.
interest in our health from 2020. So, I mean, you're not giving us any straight answers, so forget it. Yeah. So, ek last wala.
Yola comes from Antonio Alvarez. He says, "Hey Cyrus,
Antonio.
apart from Abbas and Amit, whose voice do you like the most from Hollywood/Bollywood?"
Neither me or Amit are from Hollywood.
Yeah, Abbas, you have to use your voice for voiceovers. You've also got that nice
Yes.
timbre and all.
I know.
In fact, a jugalbandi of him and Amit would be quite nice. Amit is a tender, soft, lyrical voice. He has the more bass, that gravitas, that voiceover voice. So together, that would be great, guys. Forget this whole comedy and podcast rubbish. You have to go and just do porn together.
Sure.
Dubbing
I'm
for
up for it.
Scandinavian porn and things like that. You'll be huge hits. Come on, repeat after me. Hi, I'm Inga. Huh?
Hi, I'm Inga.
You got me. Navin's coming back. Navin's coming back in a second. Navin's on.
Why does Inga sound like a very dirty word? I don't even know what it means.
Inga. Yeah, they have to say it in that sexual way also. It's so wrong sometimes that that's the performer's job. So Hollywood. Guys, who do you think in Bollywood and Hollywood voices?
Will Arnett
James or...
has a fantastic voice.
Scarlett
Will Arnett, if you
Johansson.
can
I
know.
love Scarlett Johansson's voice.
But coming back to Bollywood, after Amitabh, we've had Suresh Oberoi had a nice voice. But my
this
time,
one,
This guy, Pankaj Tripathi has a nice voice.
as in
what's-
voice, not inflection.
Kabir
Yeah,
Bedi.
yeah.
The voice
Kabir
quality.
Bedi.
Huh?
Kabir Bedi also.
Kabir
yeah.
Bedi.
Lovely, yeah, lovely voice.
Usha
Hello.
Uthup also, but that's a singing voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but you're right. It's very distinct voice. It stays in your head immediately, for sure. Then
Shatrughan Sinha had a very nice voice, like just recognition
but
wise.
that's delivery style more than voice.
Recognition.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a
okay.
stylized performance that's you're remembering. I'm thinking like Amitabh's voice texture is really
Yeah,
good,
correct. Very.
especially when he was
Yeah,
younger.
that's true.
It was really
Hmm.
wonderful, like voice to listen to. He could have just made it as a voiceover art. Why waste time acting? I mean, really.
I've been in
to
a
a
political
boy from
party
the
now. I've been a rapper.
Ball boys from the hood.
Neither of us are from the hood, but sure.
One is Valkeshwar, one is Baikara. They're so unhood like you have no idea. Yeah. Indian men shouldn't rap here. Should we just get this out of our system? I mean, I've seen the Punjabi rap and the Hindi rap and all that. Just I know you guys like that gully boy, but come on, man. Draw the line now. They couldn't do it. It's just there should be a license for rapping. You have to pass a test like sit with an instructor, and after years and years, they say, okay, you can rap me. Silverie, can you rap?
I can't. No, not at all.
I didn't wrap up. I think he means wrap up.
Can you rap in
Yeah,
a
yeah.
Liverpudlian accent? Could you rap,
No,
mate?
I'm not even gonna try.
Could you
I know
try?
it's gonna fail miserably.
Thunder, pani. Ice, baby. I don't know any raps. You'll have to help me.
It's not rap.
That's not
That
rap.
is a rap.
It is
Antariksh, that
rap.
is a rap.
It's
Baba
old
Sagan's
rap.
original hit.
Thanda, thanda,
Yes,
pani.
Thunder, pani.
Vanilla Ice's Hindi version
Yeah.
was
Correct,
Thanda
correct,
Thanda
correct.
Pani.
Yeah. Well, we need Amit. Amit is a secret rap lover. Doesn't it's latent and hidden, but it's there.
Yeah. Amit is
Okay.
a genuine rap lover.
Yeah, we'll just push it
I
on
think
to
he-
him.
I think his first concert was like a rap concert or something.
Which one?
I don't know. One of those early rap groups from the 80s. Run DMC or something.
Run DMC. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. God, we're so old, bro.
I'm
Will
not.
know. They'll think it's like a exactly. No, I remember the reference now, and they'll think it's a Delhi license plate number. I mean, Silverie and younger. Well, Silverie is nearly 30. Think of the rest.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing. By the way, 83 didn't run, huh? Silverie after all that hype, and we
Yeah,
pushed
man.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
just-
get it.
It's just
So
about to reach
Spiderman-
100 crores now.
Spiderman India made more money than 83. I mean,
Why do you think
Yeah.
that is, Cyrus?
better
Because
clothes?
Spider-Man is a global phenomenon. That's why it's MCU. How is
No,
that?
but I would say even the current cricket fan is still curious about the 83 team, right? They'd still want to watch that story.
I think people who went for the movie,
Maybe it's a
I think
pandemic.
people who went for the movie weren't as impressed as they would have liked to
People who
be.
went for the movie were my generation, Baba, who don't really go that much out.
But even that's a very sizable
But that
audience.
the
right?
40s and 50s don't go out that much.
Got Ranveer and Deepika for that to appeal for the younger crowds, but they couldn't. I think the movie just didn't live up to expectations. I think the hype was too much, didn't live up to expectations, and that's why it just flattened then.
And plus the pandemic.
Plus,
Maybe if
of
India
course,
lost the final, they would have gone. I think we're not used to winning.
That's
That was
the
problem.
2007 World Cup movie.
Yeah, change it to the,
The 2003 World Cup movie.
I should say though, I've seen the movie and that match, which was never recorded, the one where Kapil Dev got the
175
the
Tunbridge
Zimbabwe,
Wells.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
against
big
Zimbabwe. 13
record.
for 4 he comes in.
That is a very cool moment that they show in the movie, which was because it was never recorded. You get like a little bit of goosebumps, man.
No, it's
very cool.
recorded on a
That-
home camera by someone. So there are snippets on YouTube that you can see.
Oh,
but
really?
it's very poor
Okay, cool.
quality. Yeah, so
Yeah,
you know how
okay.
we used to, again, let me talk to Abbas because you're so young. There were things called these, we used to call them camcorders. Have you heard of this word camcorder, beta? Because
Of
I
course.
can't be embarrassed
What do you
more by-
think?
then
I
the
know
person
everything,
Googles
Cyrus.
it.
I know VHS tapes. I
No,
know
listen.
VCD,
So
DVD.
we were
and-
early years in the
Don't worry.
business. We would all, so somebody would buy that. That was huge because you had that. You could make like a home movie and all that. It was like huge. You were like the young Sanjay Leela Bansali of your area. And very few people would actually have that. It was expensive, etc. So somebody had that in Tunbridge Wells in 83 and shot something. So we have some footage, but not the whole game, sadly. So now we have only Ranveer.
But is there actual footage of
People
him?
in the comments are saying Ranveer overacted in the movie.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying when we had the discussion that what sounds funny and okay now because he's doing a sort of knuckle
Right.
of it for a long period of time, then it's just comedy, no? How do you get
Right.
that balance where it remains funny-ish, but it's him? So
Hmm.
that it exaggerated
the what else we here for has become a very funny meme. Like, for instance, like you're in like at a meeting or something, right? Like, and someone goes, "Hey, you want to start this meeting?" And you go, "What else we here
What
for?"
else we here for? But he had some
Correct.
lines back in the 80s. He had some great lines. I'll never forget. One of the famous ones was inside a press conference at the CCI. I was a huge Kapil Dev fan, and then to hear him talk was also great. Even whatever English, Hindi, whatever. And they asked him this question that rankles him all the time, which is why can't India produce another Kapil Dev? So he got up and said, like without saying both ho gaya, he was like both ho gaya on his face, and he said, "देखिए, मेरा father off हो गया, मम्मी की उम्र है 62, दूसरा Kapil Dev कहाँ से आएगा?"
It's a great answer.
And then nobody wanted to laugh because that he said it with anger and
Yeah.
So at that moment nobody laughed, but later on we were like, really? Oh, what a legend! No question. That's it. Okay, boys. Goodbye. And
All right,
and everybody say bye to Navin because he's
Yes, please.
Bye, Navin.
He's feeling bad.
Wherever you are.
He's a little depressed. Yes.
Hope it's all good.
All right.
Okay. See you tomorrow.
All
Bye-bye.
right, guys. Bye-bye.